Oh my gosh. How are you guys? Hope you're good. Took me a minute. I'm standing here talking to you guys, and my daughter's like, Mom, I don't think anybody can hear you. So, Sugar, you made it back in time. Awesome. You should know I'm always late.
Yes. Okay. You need to take these to Mason.
Yeah, will you run that to him, please? Mayor R, awesome. Hey, how are you guys? So, hey, Princess. How are you guys? So early. Okay, so make sure you keep that down, okay? So I hope you guys all saw the video I did yesterday. No, it's not logged in. It was, you guys, that took forever. I'm not gonna lie. That was a lot of work, you guys. And I know some people were like, I can't see it. But on my side, like when I had it on full screen, I could read everything perfect. So I'm sorry to those of you that had a hard time reading it. But I tried. I thought it turned out pretty good. Yes, welcome in, everybody. What?
There's so many stuff from my movies.
You were sleeping. Yeah, it's okay. You have to check it out, though. Did you watch it today, Megan? Princess Megan Elsa? I thought it was pretty good. But okay, so now with that being said, there are some things in that video. Oh, Merritt, see, I'm sorry, but I know somebody was like, can you do a voiceover on just the parts that you have to read? I mean, I probably could, but I think that the way that I did it, I thought the music fit everything so perfectly. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Susan. Okay. But there are a few things that, we do have to realize in this case. And, a few of them are that there are no facts here. Like, we don't have anything that is real. And that's the problem. The only things we have are the things that they wanted us to have. Like Sammy's statement and Jane Doe 1 and 2 and all these characters that came in to say that, okay, this is what happened. Hey, Lassie. But the problem is you've got people like me who have been digging into this case for 3 months, looking to find some evidence, looking to find some truth, looking to find what is real. And there's just not a lot of that. I mean, why don't we have a birth certificate for Kiely? Why can't we find a birth announcement? Why is Kiely being taken? Why is Kiely not on anybody's social media? Her job. Why are there no pictures of her there? Why are there, hey Kim, hey Muse News, welcome. Why is Kiely like missing from everybody's, it's almost like she's being completely erased. No pictures of her on her work, on Chatty Facebook. There's pictures of everybody else, employees, customers. Easy. There's all this stuff, but where is something that is real? Where is something that is legit? Honestly, and I hate to be like this because I've been fighting for justice for Kiely for months now. Months. Trying to get the truth for her. Trying to get justice for her. Oh, Muse News, bless your heart. Thank you so much for the super sticker. You're awesome. Why doesn't her work employment show up? Like, you know what I mean? It's weird. It's like there's no evidence of her at all. And it's insane. Except the stuff that they wanted to put out. The few pictures that we have. Yeah, it's like they're completely erasing her. I mean, not for nothing, but that's stuff that we have to think about too. If we're really being truth seekers, then we're seeking the truth no matter what that may be. What is really going on in this case? What is real and what is not? Why does Lindsay have zero emotional connection to Kiely? Why? Somebody explain that to me. Oh, Becky, thank you. But somebody needs to explain that to me, and not for nothing, but during that community meeting, when Daniel got up there and started speaking, Lindsay walked out and she didn't walk back in until Daniel was done speaking. Now, I get it, like that maybe they don't get along, maybe they don't like each other, and that's fine. But when your daughter is missing, you come together for that. For her to be like that and just walk out and, not even listen to what he had to say, that said something to me. And it should have said something to all of us. And when Lindsay come out and she said, well, listen, I didn't search for Kiely, and I'm not going to search for Kiely because I'm not trained to search for missing people. It's like, really? Like, that should have been a huge thing to us as well. Because what kind of mother would talk like that? Right? Like, what is really going on here? Was Kiely, I mean, if you look, I have Lindsay's background. Thank you to, I don't know if you want your name mentioned or not. You know who you are that sent it to me, so thank you for that. But I have background checks for Lindsay, for Tony, for the grandfather, for a bunch of people, for Nick, the roadside guy. I've got all these background checks. I have nothing on Kiely because I can't find anything. But Lindsay's background check, you guys, reads like it's so bizarre because she's got all these addresses. A lot of them are P.O. boxes, but she's got all these addresses. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. I forgot I could do this now. I'm such a bonehead. Mayor, are you talking about Tony, the stepdad? I have not heard that. Of course, that wouldn't be in his background check, though. Yes, in order to get a job, in order to get a passport, you have to have a social security number. So in order to get a social security card, you have to have a birth certificate. So not for nothing, but I mean, I need to see that at this point. I'm there because it's like, again, we're fighting and fighting and fighting for something that we're not getting any proof of. I mean, it's so crazy. And trust me, I'm the last person that, wants to sit here and say this to you guys. But it is something. I mean, if we're all being honest here, that is our job. If we're looking for the truth, then we're looking for the truth, no matter what that is. I know. G. Campbell. I mean, I thought about that too. It's so insane. It's so insane. But if we're really truth seekers and that's what we want to be and that's what we claim to be, then that's what we need to do is seek the truth no matter what that is. Good morning, Grace. And I wondered this too. I tried Googling it, but can you get a birth certificate? Good morning, Dove. can you get a birth certificate for a minor? I'm sorry, not a birth certificate. My bad. I meant a background check. That's what I meant. Because, I mean, it's so hard. It's so hard. But yeah, so anyway, I'm sorry. Let me get back to Lindsay, what I was saying about Lindsay's background check. So she's got all these addresses for the past how long? And, you know, over the years, and they're all P.O. boxes. And it said she received mail at all of them. And the years that the years go in together. So like she was getting mail here at this address. At the same time, she was getting mail at these other two addresses. And it's very odd. But it makes you wonder, like, because we don't have any facts here, because we've seen that Lindsay has no connection to Kiely at all, not emotional, not intuition, nothing. You know, and Lindsay made it known that she was like, oh, well, Kiely was, you know, Kiely was swimming in Europe when she was 3 years old, and we were traveling and yada, yada, yada. Well, how come you have all these P.O. boxes at that same time in California? And how come, hey, Phantasmic. Oh, thank you. And, you know, I mean, and I don't want to say, listen, this is not fact. This is not fact. This is just my opinion. These are just thoughts that we're throwing around here, so nobody take it as fact. Okay. But Lindsay's background check kind of reads like a, how do I want to say this? I don't want you guys to take it the wrong way, and I don't know it's fact. So I'm just going to say it. Could Lindsay have been involved in some sort of trafficking or kidnapping or, you know, something like that? Like, is Kiely truly Lindsay's daughter? Was she born to Lindsay? You know, what, you know, not for nothing, but Lindsay wants to be all vague and be like, yeah, oh, we were traveling until Kiely was 3 or 4 when we moved into the lodge and blah, blah, blah. But where did she come from? Where was she born? Where did all of this, you know what I'm saying? We don't know though, you guys. That's the problem. 3 months into this investigation and we don't know. That is not normal. Even in the Summer Wells case, people came and spoke out. People said stuff. People came and talked about the case. People did this, people did that. Even, I mean, and we're not getting any of that. Could she have been adopted princess? Who knows? Hey, Steffi, thanks for coming. I mean, you know, in all honesty, you guys, if we want to be Truth Channel and just out there to find the truth and get, you know, justice, if that's the case, then we have to look at everything. We cannot be biased. We have to look at everything, or else we're no better than anybody else out there. Well, let me pull this up. Well, you know, she could be. But if she is truly Lindsay's daughter, then there's something seriously wrong with Lindsay. Seriously wrong. That she has no emotional connection to her daughter. And I've just never seen anything like that before. She could have if she was in Europe. I'm just saying. We're going off of stuff we have, and we don't have much, you guys. Oh, Steffi, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. You know, that's really the problem here. And, you know, like Muse News said, unfortunately, we don't know. You know, we don't know if Kiely was in the back of that vehicle. But we were told that, but we don't know that. And that's one thing that I wanted to say about her father, because I know way back when this happened, I was like, okay, when the dad stormed off after AWP told them that they found her and the car windows were smashed out and all that. When he drove off, I was like, back then I was like, okay, I mean, I get it. He didn't want to see his daughter like that. He didn't want that picture in his head. But you know what? The more I've thought about it, I would have had to have seen it. I would have had to have stayed right there when they pulled that car out, and I would have had to have seen it with my own eyes. I mean, that I would have had to. And I don't know. There's just a lot we don't know, you guys, and it's 3 months in. Well, going on to 4 months now. But what, you guys, what do we have that we didn't have 4 months ago? Yes, we've uncovered some things in Truckee. We've uncovered some fake businesses. We've uncovered connections to Hawaii. We have uncovered the Hembricks connections. We've uncovered that the Hembricks are connected to Pelosi. We've exposed some dark shit in Truckee. Woo, and and all his shenanigans with minors. We've done all that. But what have we found out for Kiely's case? Honestly. And yeah, exactly, Steffi, I'm with you, because I would have had to have seen it. And yes, Muse News, exactly, nothing. We've uncovered all of this stuff, but nothing pertaining to Kiely. And that's the hard part, because that's who we're here for. That's who we're supposed to be fighting for justice for. Oh, Steffi, I thought you were saying, like, if that was my child. That actually happened. That actually happened to you. I'm so sorry. Yeah, don't throw that accidental crap at me. The case that, hey, Cod Swallowed, the case that you put out to us, the case that you put out about this party with 300 people and all this bullshit that we had to sift through to come out with anything, but don't come at me with an accident. I don't even want to, I will not even entertain that idea. Oh my gosh, Steffi, I'm so sorry. Jeez, that's terrible. And yes, Kim, that's what I was just saying to somebody. I was like, you know what? I go, if this is for real and he's really got this PI and we're really looking into this whole case, then he should be looking into, can he get a birth certificate for Kiely? Can he get us something for Kiely? Because him going and digging into Sammy and coming back with, oh, she's 18, she's never worked, blah, blah, blah. I never thought she was 24. So I didn't learn anything from that PI that I didn't already know. Oh, thank you. The video I made yesterday. Oh, thank you. Where do you live, Steffi? Is it California? And they've completely wiped out Kiely on all social media, it's insane. Oh, okay, Florida. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. That sucks. Why are they doing this in Kiely's case? Why is this case so different? Listen, I don't know if some of you were around when Casey Anthony happened, but even that case, You had the mother who didn't give a shit about her daughter. Didn't give a shit. Her mother, Casey, was out clubbing while her daughter was in the fucking woods in a garbage bag, dead. And she put her there. And I don't care what anybody says. And that chick walked away. But she was one who had zero connection to her daughter, apparently. Yeah, Nightbot. He'll do that if you spam symbols and stuff. They look at it as spamming, but it helps keep the trolls down who want to come in and spam, like, dating stuff. It's I know. I couldn't, Princess Megan Elsa. I was like, oh my God. I could not believe when they came back not guilty. I was like, they said not enough evidence. I'm like, are you shitting me? All the evidence you need is the mother claimed her daughter was missing and she's out clubbing. That's all the evidence you need right there. Guilty. And not for nothing, but what's weird about that codswalloped is I looked it up because I didn't know what Diva Cup was, and I didn't know what that was. So I looked it up, and it's not common for people to have both. Did you guys know that? It is not common for people to have an IUD and a Diva Cup because of, because the Diva Cup takes out the IUDs a lot. Mystical. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Magnum PI over there? Is that what you're talking about? Oh my gosh, Stephanie, are you serious? She said it was an internet sleuth who found your son. He was in there a year. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, Mystical. Yeah, I know. Let me go back to that because that's important, you guys, I think. Where is her comment? We all have to work together now and get along. Of the kinship. Kinship. What Christine calls it. I can't speak on that, but in Codswallop, that's what I said. I'm like, what kind of 15-year-old, I'm sorry, 16-year-old has both? Like, that just seems very odd to me, especially when I looked it up. I'm like, what in the hell? And a lot of times they don't use both together because, like I said, one, a lot of times dislodges the other one. So, oh, hello, Michael. So, not for nothing, but he kind of, it's almost like they oversold that in the autopsy. Like, did she really have two? But again, you guys, the autopsy, none of it made any sense. None of it. Like I said in my video, the height, the weight, the her hair length, the tattoo, the IUD and the Diva Cup. The weight of her organs, none of it makes any sense. And the problem is that if that is true, if the autopsy is correct, then we were lied to about who Kiely is. We were lied to about all of these things because if the autopsy is correct, then who is Kiely? Not the person that we were being told about. You know what I'm saying? So either the autopsy is lying or the people in her life are lying. It's one or the other. But it's definitely one or the other. Um, now, I will say that if she was active, you guys know what I'm saying. If she was active and her parents knew she was active, and they, were scared that she was going to get pregnant, then I could see them being like, okay, let's do some sort of birth control. That's what I'm saying. Cod swallowed. Let me put that up. That is what I'm saying, though, you guys. Nothing makes any sense in this. And how come I had somebody that tried to run a check. It was actually in the video that I did last night. Yeah, Muse News. They would use like the Depo-Provera shot. They would use the pills. They would use something else besides an IUD because that's quite, everybody that came out, we have to think about this. Everybody that has come out, Jane Doe 1 and 2, the mother, Jagger, Samantha, Mags, Elsa, all these people that came out, Megan, came out to paint us a picture of Kiely. That she was drunk, she was out of her mind, she got in her car, she drove, she took a wrong turn, and then she drove straight into the lake. But none of that makes any sense.
We need to talk about her. She's not who she says she is.
Wait, what happened? Let me see.
The badge I found in the caves belongs to Christine. She admitted it.
I know. I know. I just want to talk to somebody that knows them. Right? Do you know Sam? Do you know Sammy? Do you know Kate? Do you know Jagger? Do you know Kiely? That I need to talk to somebody that knows this person, these people for real, in real life. Hey, Karma. I mean, what are we going to, it's just so hard, you guys. It's so hard. I like it. I know. Yeah. And why won't anybody speak? Why will nobody talk to me? From the school, as soon as I said Kiely, they hung up the phone on me. And it's like, don't give me that shit about, oh, people are scared. Bullshit. There would be one person that would come forward and talk. There's somebody with a freaking conscience. There is somebody that would not be able to just be silent. Hey, sugar. Yeah, we can see you. Well, according to that article I read about Anna buying that hair salon in 2020, her daughter was 15. So she would be 17. But you know what's weird? You know what's weird about everything? So Samantha, okay, Mags does not live far from Sammy. So explain to me why Sammy and Mags did not graduate together because it was a senior party, right? That's why Sammy and Mags and Kiely, everybody who was graduating, that was the story, right? That's why everybody was there. It was a senior farewell party. Say goodbye to the seniors. That's the story that they wanted to push. So why did Sam graduate by herself? In her video, there in the graduation video, there is nobody else in that. Jagger went to a different school. Mags, we haven't even seen her graduation. Kate didn't see her graduation. Kiely didn't see her graduation. And explain to me why Forest Charter has a graduation for 2020, which was virtual because of the big cough. 2021, they have a graduation video. But 2022, the year that Kiely graduated, there's no video. Why is that?
Walking in circles trying to figure this whole thing out.
Did you?
Well, Alicia, according to them, she was a senior. According to the story, Mags, Sammy, and Kiely were, and Jagger and Kate were all seniors that year. You tell me why Kiely would be at a freaking party with Samantha, who she wasn't even friends with, but none of her other friends were there. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Mags was supposedly driving, Kiely was supposedly driving Mags to the party, right? Sounds to me like they needed a reason to put Kiely at that party. They needed a reason that she was there because there's no proof, there's no photos, there's no videos. The only say so that we have came from Samantha and Mags. Mags said that Kiely was her ride to the party. Mags said she got to the party and within 5 minutes of being there, 5 dudes walked up to her and forced her to do as many bong rips as possible. She got scared because it was too scary, called her boyfriend and left. She was only there for 10 minutes. So explain that to me. Explain to me why Kiely would be at a freaking party with no friends. No friends. Why would she be there? It doesn't make any sense. Steffi, it's Samantha Irene Smith, or at least that's what we've been told. But that doesn't make any sense, you guys. Like I said. Oh, yes, Karma. I know. When she first said that, when I first saw that, I was like, oh, she's lying right off the bat. Because who says that? Who says that? But here's the thing, though, you guys. This is the problem. Is we've got Mag saying that, okay, we've got them saying that Kiely showed up to the party around 10 o'clock, right? Around 10, between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. The party got really big and out of control at 10:30. Okay? The party got really big at 10:30. That's when all the scary older dudes showed up, which, again, I'm calling BS, but that's the story, so let's go with it. So from 10:30 to 11, when Kiely texted her mother and she was seen by people, partygoers 1 and 2, she was wasted and could barely walk. So within a half hour, she was so wasted she could barely walk. But the autopsy said she wasn't.
Your boyfriend singing Kumbaya all over town. What about Hunter?
I mean, none of it makes any sense.
I'm sorry. What we did was crappy.
I have not seen that, Kim.
I've had a lot of
Yeah, well, we've talked about that. Lindsay, Mags. Oh, let me go back up. Pull that up.
I was supposed to meet Sam.
Oh, where'd I go?
You're supposed to ask for my forgiveness, like in the Matrix world.
Has anyone looked into why Lindsay, Mags, and her mother and Kiely were in Mexico the week before?
Which I wasn't even sure I wanted to do.
Can somebody prove to me that she was in Mexico, because I haven't seen it?
He killed Angie, and for him to not even show up after you agreed to meet him? He should have groveled, and you should have told him to go screw himself. I hate him. I hate everyone. Why are you?
Oh yeah, please everybody hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, and please consider becoming a member if you haven't already. Somebody said that the picture of her sitting at the table was in Mexico, but I don't believe what anybody tells me in this case. So I want to see pictures of her in Mexico. I want to see pictures and videos of her. I want to see some proof. I mean, at this point, all the stuff we've been fighting for, and we've got nothing. It's crazy. I've seen no proof of a party. I mean, it's just so insane. And listen, when Samantha came out and said, Kiely called me, I was already in the car driving. I mean, she goes, she said, Kiely called me and said, hey, do you still need a ride home? And I'm like, no, I'm in the passenger seat. Or no, she goes, I'm being driven home. I'm in the passenger seat. Bullshit. Nobody says that. Nobody talks like that. I know, and that is super weird too, Karma. It is super strange. But I mean, you guys know what I'm saying. Muse News, I've heard you talk about it. The problem is, you guys, we don't have enough. This case is like something we've never seen before, because not only is there so much bullshit that you got to sift through, but you can't find any truth. You can't find any truth. What is going on? Why is Samantha living it up knowing she's untouchable? It's terrible. Why is Jagger living it up, posting things? He's getting jobs after jobs after jobs. People are hiring him to take pictures of cars and yada yada yada. Everybody is moved on and living their life, and we're stuck. We're stuck because we're trying to seek truth and we're trying to seek justice, and we can't find either. I can't stand any of them. What? Yeah, that's the problem though. They know they're all good, but why? Why? I mean, they're not untouchable. I mean, I don't want to make anybody mad, and I've been fighting for this girl for how long? And it's just like, okay, can we get something that's freaking real? Oh no, you're good, Karma. And it's like I said from day one. Have you ever seen an investigation where teenagers ran everything? They had the people that were there searching, if they found any evidence, they took it to a table that was being run by teenagers and handed the evidence over to teenagers. Do you know what the problem with that is? Right there, broke. There's no chain of custody, which means anything that they found, they could have found a bloody knife, right, with Kiely's blood on it, and they wouldn't have been able to use that to press criminal charges because the chain of custody was broken, because the evidence was handed to teenagers instead of cops. They were never going to arrest anybody. They were never going to do anything. No charges were ever going to be brought in this case. Why? Why did they have teenagers running this show? You know what I'm saying? I know. I know.
Gotta give us some answers.
Yeah. So explain to me. I mean, we should have known right there. As soon as those people came out and they were like, listen, we were out there searching. Teens were running the search parties. Teens were running the evidence tables. We were told to hand everything to these two teen girls at this table. We were told that if we found any evidence to call Samantha. That doesn't happen. That does not happen in a case. And again, like I said, they could have found Kylie's clothes with blood on them in the woods. And as soon as the searchers grabbed them up and handed them to the teenagers that they were giving the evidence to, that would have been no good. You couldn't have charged anybody with anything based off of that evidence because chain of custody was broken. You know what I'm saying? So there was never any hope that these kids were going to get in trouble. So what is going on here? Yeah, that's I mean, you guys, that's a big deal. And we should have seen it then. Not one adult, not one teenager, not one person will ever face charges for this. How could they? How could they? There's no proof of anything. There's no damn evidence of anything. There's no freaking nobody coming forward to say anything. You know, it's just us. It's just us little people out here trying to, you know, it's like, it's like these cops charging what? The 19,000, 20,000 man. What did they say? Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so sorry. My freaking computer just died. Can't believe. Okay. I'm glad you guys, I didn't lose you all, but okay. So sorry about that. Give me 1 second.
Sorry.
I tell you. Okay. Do you guys all hear me? Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, yes. Oh my God, I'm sitting there talking to you guys. My freaking computer just died. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyways. Okay. I'm like, what in the world? Anyway, so don't you guys kind of agree? I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I totally lost what I was freaking talking about. I'm over here talking to you guys. My thing died. And then I'm like, oh my God, I got to get over and plug that in. And now I lost my whole train of thought here. Okay, yes. Thank you, Mystical. The cops talking about all these man hours that they put in and how much money they're charging, like 20,000. Yeah, 20,000 man hours or some shit. We should be putting that in. We should be charging the cops because we're doing more work on this case than they are. You know, I mean, it's, geez, if only the world worked like that. But the problem is, you guys, I mean, there's so many things that it could be in this case that we just don't know. And I'm so sick of not knowing. I'm so sick of having so little facts. Kim, that's funny. Where are all of the facts? I need, at this point, I need some facts here. I need, because all this, like I said, all this digging we've done, what have we come up with for Kiely herself? What have we've exposed a bunch of shit, but nothing with Kiely. You know what I mean? I mean, I feel like we're up against a brick wall here. It's kind of crazy. But we should have known right from the very beginning that this was never going to go anywhere. We should have known right from the beginning that, no, we weren't getting the truth from anybody. And that makes it so hard, especially when you're trying to speak for victims. It just makes it so hard. Ugh. Stupid pop-ups. Oh my gosh. Bless you, Muse News. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I know, me and we were talking about that over on her channel, you know? People people just don't get it, you know? Would anybody Muse News, you wanna come up and chat? Would anybody be interested in coming up and chatting? Now that I have StreamYard and I can do that. You know, and Muse News, not for nothing, but and listen, I have done YouTube for almost 3 years now. I've done YouTube, you know, and my channel was never monetized for 3 years. Never monetized. I didn't get a freaking dollar, not a cent, right? And not for nothing, but it is so much work, you guys. And I know you guys know, but the world needs to know that it is so much work for people that are working these cases. How much time is spent, you know, and do you want to, Muse News? I'll bring you up here. We can chat. We can have coffee and chat together. What was war? You know, okay, hold on. Let me just figure out how to get you the thing. Okay, Muse News, hold on. I'll figure it out. How the hell do I do that here? Oh, got it right here. All right. Muse News, I'm going to put this in the link for you. Muse News, if you just click on that, it should bring you right up here.
So your doctor tells you about Trintellix, prescription medicine for adults with depression.
Feeling relief from overall symptoms. And Trintellix that doesn't even get impact on weight medical times. So there's that.
Oh, Jennifer, we've just been going over all the possibilities in this case. Oh, Social Butterfly. Yes, we talked about her. Okay, no. Hello, Muse News. Thank you for joining us. You're frozen.
Hi.
Hi,
Nice.
thank you.
My hair is fun.
Oh, jeez. Good. How are you?
I've never been on a live chat before.
Well, now you have.
So how do I find you? Do I go back to our original thing that we were on?
Yeah, you. Oh, no.
Uh,
I lost you.
okay. Sorry. I guess I can't do the live and do this at the same time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So here's the chat. Oh, no. Oh, I'm just learning all kinds of stuff I can't do.
Oh, no. Can you still see the chat?
No.
Oh, no.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi, it's so nice to hear you, Muse. News is with her best friend, CNY, but I can't chat with everyone in the studio. Here we go. Hi.
Well, you can see our screen, right, Muse News?
Yeah, I can see us.
Okay, because I can pull up the chats on the screen so you can see them.
All right. So can everyone hear me?
Yep, I can. I think everybody else can too.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool. So now we can do chats together with our
It's
coffee.
very cool. CNY, I love you very much. Thank you for all that you've done in this case. You know, you can get a birth certificate from someone who has passed away. I'm kind of wondering, should we be researching Kiely Rodni's from the past? I mean, do you think this woman would have gathered information about a child that I don't know.
I know. I know. I wonder about that, honestly, because, and we've talked about it. You've talked about it, that we just don't have enough facts in this case. Like, yeah, we're exposing a bunch of stuff, but where are all the facts? 100%
And her
facts.
grandfather's not coming up. Like, no relatives are coming up. Like, even in Casey Anthony, the grandmother was around. It's like there's no connection to reality as we know it. I'm
Right.
like, there's no something to grab hold of to say, yeah. All we know is that there was somebody in a vehicle in the lake.
Right. Yep. And like I said, everything, it's either that we were lied to about who Kiely was and the autopsy is correct, or the autopsy is faked. And, we just don't have enough facts here.
Regardless of whether the autopsy is fake or real, there's no evidentiary uh, material for any kind of a case. How are we
Right.
supposed to go to court? That's why they did this. So this will
Yep.
never go to court, because without evidence of Kiely Rodni's person being in that vehicle, it's not a court case. And I am not buying. I just watched on my channel, I showed where a father found his daughter after 2 weeks in the water. He pulled her up out of the water and said, "Honey, I've got you." And he said, "I could not recognize her." So you want to tell me that you're a detective who doesn't even know Kiely Rodni, and now you're going to say that she has passed and that's her?
Isn't that insane? And we've never seen that before, where a detective has identified a person instead of their family. And it literally said in the autopsy that they tried to they called the parents and wanted the parents to come down, and the parents were like, "No, I'd rather be updated on the phone." That's unheard of.
Okay.
What kind of parents wouldn't want to be there to identify their child?
This is so weird, you all.
And,
I mean,
and not for nothing, but the grandfather and the father both left. Nobody saw her in that car. And why isn't the father, who, we were all on the dad's side, like, yeah, the dad is screaming foul play, the grandpa's screaming foul play, but are they though? Because why aren't they speaking out? Why aren't they talking to anybody who will listen? Do you know what I mean? You're frozen.
Florida, we might be having
Uh-oh, we lost you.
technical difficulties in Florida because we have hurricanes blowing through.
Oh, they're probably doing it to us on
And
purpose.
I wanted to say something about Florida. A lot of weird missing stuff happens in Florida too, I will say. Because there was someone here in the chat who was talking about their son, and that a YouTubers found her son because law enforcement already had her son in the morgue. I'm just saying.
That is
I'm just saying.
crazy.
I feel
And
like
I
we
feel like-
should not let it go.
No, and I feel like we're out here trying to, we're not trained detectives. We're not trained investigators. We're just people who care, and just trying to get answers.
And we're coming up against power, elite.
Right.
So good luck
Power
to us.
and money.
Yeah, but it's so weird about Kiely Rodni. Why can't you find her as a person? Usually you would be able to find all kinds of information. Like why we have so many pictures of Kiely Rodni in that black dress. I'm just like,
Do you know though, when I saw her in that black dress and those red high-heeled shoes, honestly, I was like, I was thinking sacrifice for a while. I honestly
It's like
was.
a photo shoot. And that lottery thing, I'm going to watch that movie about that small town with the lottery, because I started thinking this feels like a lottery or a sacrifice, or like we're good because the number was picked, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. And what about the rock, you guys? What about that rock at her memorial that says that she died when she was 17th? It has her death as September 1st, 2022.
Now that's just,
That is so weird. But the death certificate on, her death certificate says it's listed as the day that she was found in the lake, or the day her car was pulled out of the lake.
I mean, is that her mom? She looks like her, but how can, like, Casey Anthony didn't have an attachment to her daughter, but I mean, this woman's doing this in public. Of course, Casey did too, but it just feels so purposeful.
Right. Right. Yeah, it might be. We're having, you keep glitching out on me.
Internet. Like, this was a purposeful event.
Right.
Like, they all knew it was going to happen. I feel like that's what they were doing in that time that you're asking. What were they doing? They were getting the timeline down. They were gathering their story. But why would a mom do this to her own daughter? I'm clueless.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. Even if she was in, and a lot of people are like, not for nothing, but Lindsay looks afraid. Like maybe she's being forced into taking this position. But I don't buy
Everyone
that.
looks afraid. Okay, everyone looks afraid. Everyone looks like they're being forced, except for Sammy and Jagger. Everyone else is either missing, not in the country, not speaking, not visible. The only people we have heard from are Jagger and Sammy and the mom,
Right.
who won't talk at the same time that the father is talking.
Isn't that, and won't even be in the same area with the father. It's weird. Like, what is happening here?
I mean, is Kiely not a daughter, but the community's daughter? If that was the fact, and she is the community's daughter, would this be a sort of community cover up,
Right.
a community sacrifice, a community lottery? Or is there someone powerful who came and picked Kiely up for a date? First of all, I don't know if Kiely was at the party. I don't know if Kiely Rodni is a relative of theirs, except for the grandfather. I don't know if there was a party. I don't know anything.
Right. And that's the problem. We've done all this. We've done all this. We've been on this for months. Why don't we know more?
Because they have shut it down. This is
Right.
why we will probably find this information out 50 years from now, when the Freedom of Information Act is declared and we can find out what happened. Because I'm telling you, I feel like a powerful, of course, we've exposed all of the powerfulness on the other side. What we can't get to is the inner part of why this is going on.
Right.
And it's odd because in the chat we have a member whose son, the law enforcement, is it just a matter of law enforcement? Is it just a matter of, hey, we don't want the mess. We're like Auburn. It's winter. I mean, is it because law enforcement doesn't have the finances? But with this, it's kind of like, why do they look like they have a gun pointed to their head? And Lindsay looks hypnotized, and there's no evidence of a Kiely Rodni.
I thought too, as far as Tony goes, the stepfather, there's a lot of stuff in his past. Like his criminal record is insane. He's got like 3 felonies on there.
Well, there are theories that he's the one.
I know. And I've thought about that too. I've said, from how long ago? Like, how do we know that whatever happened to her didn't happen at the lodge. Like, that's the problem. The only thing this case has gone off of was Samantha's story.
Jesus, you know what? I think you're right about that. I think you're right about that because that would explain why Sammy would cover up if she was Lindsay's lover, allegedly.
I mean,
This is getting really shitty.
It's crazy. And do you know he has on his criminal record, he has inflict corporal injury on a spouse, which I looked that up, and it's like way worse than battery. So what did he do to this woman? That's who we need to talk to, because
And the grandfather in the same house.
yeah, and Kiely, they were trapped in there for how long? You know what I mean? They get snowed in. She's it's Lindsay and Kiely. You got a 16-year-old girl, not for nothing, but we don't know what her home life was like.
And a podiatrist 5 miles away bragging about how he loves to snowshoe.
Right. Right.
So that's 5 miles. 5 miles, her neighbor. Was he there?
And I think about these parties because when I talked to that local from Truckee, he was like, not anybody can go to the lodge. Like, it's mostly for private parties. And you have to think, I've said this before, they have a helicopter pad. So you're talking money, right? Elites. What did they go there for? What were these private parties that were held at the lodge? Lindsay's into some dark shit. We don't even know.
That, what you were saying about the IUD and that other thing, it's shady as shit for them to be saying that. You can tell me about her IUD, but you can't tell me about the plate that's in her wrist that has a serial number on it. Y'all are terrible people.
Right. I agree.
Are you allowed to give that information publicly? That is a medical record. I'm so sorry. That's so low.
Yeah. And like I said, I looked that up too, and I just couldn't even believe this. Going through that autopsy, I couldn't even believe the stuff that they described down to detail, but other details were left out. She was marked, it said a minor, and it was an N for like no.
No.
It's so insane. It's like, why do we have to constantly be sifting through a bunch of bullshit to try to come up with a little bit of shred of truth,
Because somebody's guilty and they're covering.
Right.
And it makes me feel like
were there rituals I feel like with these pictures that have come out of Kiely and these group of kids holding these goddess of knowledge cards and them doing these kind of ritualistic things on top of her ceremony, the celebration of the community that they held that had like the Palo Santo sticks and the come cleanse yourself, and that's all weird.
And we don't want to get anyone in trouble. If it was an accident, why would anyone be in trouble?
Exactly. And why was Jagger cleared early on? How do you get cleared from an accident?
Why are you hiring a criminal defense attorney for an accident? Just questions, just musings, just opinions.
Yep. I mean, it's just so crazy. It's so hard. That's what I tried to say in my video last night. I tried to tell the story. From the beginning up until all the shit we've learned, all the shit we've uncovered. But really, where are we at? We still have no birth certificate for Kiely. We still have no proof of anything. All we have is what they give us. Why can't we can't find anything? It's insane.
It does remind me of Pretty Baby, which is what Kiely told me about, that they serve these young people up on plates, on platters. I don't think they thought this was going to cause such a rift. I think they thought, hey, we're going to do a news presser. I mean, we're going to say this and it's going to be done. Like, I don't think they thought that we would be on YouTube talking about it all this time. Because they've done this before. Look how many people disappeared in Auburn. No one was on the internet talking about, hey. But for some reason, this case has got us all just like stopped in our tracks. Like, That's why I said today we're drawing the line in the sand.
Yeah.
We can't just let this go on because this is going on. So was it a powerful person? I mean, there's tons of powerful people.
Right. Did
Is
you
this
see the?
person bred from the beginning of time for the big sacrifice day? I don't know.
I
Go
know,
ahead.
and I thought that too. I thought that too with the 17 and then the stone at her memorial that has her birth date and her, date of death as her birthday, as her 17th birthday. I thought that for a long time. I mean, are we looking at a sacrifice here? Like this girl was sacrificed. You know what I mean?
A
Because that's
lot
what
of
they
people
make.
think that. Just so many people, especially not so much now, but when I first started, they said this was a sacrifice. Like it just looks like this sanctuary. It just feels like eyes wide open.
I've never seen that movie.
Well, what happened was it's about these cults, but the creator of that movie died right after. Like he gave
Oh.
too much information. Zucker? Yeah, no. And you know who's in that movie? Nicole Kidman, who just got through doing a big presentation with chopsticks and worms, how we were all going to eat worms and love it. Uh-huh. And her ex, who is Scientology guy. Uh-huh. Okay, but it's not
Oh.
weird. There's nothing weird here. We're going to eat insects and worms out of these chafing dishes in ice, and we're going
Oh,
technical.
yep.
The minute you
happens.
start talking about the truth, you'll have technical difficulties.
Oh my gosh. You know what's crazy is I've had people who are members and they're like, oh my God, my membership was canceled. I'm unsubbed from your channel. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, you get unsub. Be just instead of subscribing, be sure you're still subscribed. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean,
Well,
this
I'm not
case,
going to stay on here long, sweetheart. I'm going to get off. I just
okay.
wanna tell you, I
Well,
love
thank
you.
you for coming. You were my first guest on here.
Yay! First time I've ever been on. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored, and I love you all. Thank you so much.
Okay, you have a good day.
Bye, honey. Now let's see how we.
There we go. Oh, that was awesome. But yeah, you guys, I mean, that's the problem though. We're almost 4 months in and this case could go either way. And it is so odd. It is so insane to think about that. I mean, even in Summer's case, there was videos of her as a young, throughout her life. There was all of this stuff, and we don't have any of that here. Oh my gosh.
What?
Steffi said she gets unsubbed every day from me. That is terrible.
Why? Say hi.
Yeah, Melissa, these parents are unbelievable, and not for nothing, but I mean, I'm just so sick. I'm just so sick of everybody in this case. I'm so sick of everybody. I mean, I hope they are, Melissa, because, we need to go somewhere else with this. There has to be something here. Yeah, Mary, I know. I've been having problems with notifications, with unsubbed, with all of this stuff. And people are like, I didn't do it. I had no idea until I went to your channel one day and like, nope, not subscribed. And like I said, I would love to see some arrests in this case, but that's never going to happen. I don't think that is going to happen. That's just my opinion. I mean, what arrest somebody with what? There's no proof. There's no evidence. There's no nothing. Man. Sammy is 18, according to the PI, but I never thought she was 24, but I could have been wrong. I still could be. There is something very dark about Lindsay. I don't care. That's just my opinion, but there's something off about that woman. And she is into some dark stuff. What? Matabang, is that true? All American Cartel has that cult video. Kylie's grandpa is in it. Stop. Oh, all the videos. If there was a video of anything, it's gone. If any teens had any pictures of anything, Samantha made sure to get rid of that, didn't she? Even when Kiely was missing, when this was first going on, Jagger was putting out there that Kiely was last seen most likely, these are his own words, most likely drunk driving. And it's like, oh, okay, well, who saw her driving? Who saw her see, they already planted that seed a long time ago. They already planted the seed that she was drunk, she was driving. And so it's not hard to go from that to accident when you've got so many people pushing that accident. But I would never believe that. I would never believe that that was an accident. Oh, yeah, we got to see that video for sure. I mean, I honestly start to wonder about the grandfather and the father. And I'm not trying to be a jerk or be an asshole or anything. But speak out, come out, try to get a hold of someone anonymously. It's just so frustrating because you know what? If that was my daughter and I knew it was foul play in my heart, I would be freaking everywhere. I'd be talking to anybody that would listen to tell my story. I never heard about that video. I never heard that there was a cult video and her grandfather was in it, or I would have been all over it. And it could be. It could have something to do with these Hembricks. But again, people saying that Kiely was dating Nate, we cannot confirm that. We can't confirm anything. We can't confirm that she was dating Nate because it's just say so. We don't have anything. If she was dating Nate, why is Jagger acting like he is? Why is Jagger acting like this obsessed fool who was in love with her? How are you going to be? I'll have to watch it, you guys. I didn't even know about it. I have very few people that I watch. And now I have even less because, well, I can't play it on here because I don't want to get, I don't want to make anybody mad. That's what I'm saying. Let me pull that up. That's what I said about Lindsay. She wanted to say, you know what? She wanted to say, oh, I can't go look for her. I can't search for Kiely because I'm not a trained searcher. I'm not a trained professional. Are you a mother? Is that your child? Because that's all the training you need. Honestly, I mean, that's the ridiculous thing to say. But she said of a lot of ridiculous stuff, hasn't she? And it makes me so mad. It's like that celebration. They called it Kylie's celebration of life. But that's obviously not what it was because it was more of a community meeting. It was more of a Let's have each other's back. Thank you for, the community, yada, yada, yada. Hey, GOP Nick. But it's just like that lady standing up there, and she was like, oh my God, the community has been there for us. We're so thankful to join the community. Join the community. Like they weren't members of the community before, right? Like they weren't, but it took this, and now the community's accepted of them, and yada, yada, yada. And you've got this lady who wants to stand up there claiming to be a family friend who's supposed to be real tight with Kylie's mom, who obviously is not very tight with Kiely because she didn't say one word. Go back and listen to it. When she opened up by speaking during that celebration of the community. She did not say one word about Kiely, except that she was like, so, oh my gosh, we set up base camp. We were set up within 2 days. People were bringing us food and coffee, and people were letting us borrow tables, and, yada, yada, yada. And then she says, and oh my gosh, people were up there and they were playing music. People were playing guitars for mama. That's what she said. People were up there playing guitars for mama, which is weird for her to say that, you guys. That is super strange. And then she's like, people were singing and dancing, and I was like, this is awesome. This is so beautiful. And then Kiely was found. And her exact words were, and once Kiely was found, it became about, okay, how are we going to do this and celebrate the community? What? You just found out that this 16-year-old girl was pulled out of a lake in her vehicle. And your first thing is, how are we going to celebrate the community? That's sickening. They ain't there for Kiely. That was not for Kiely. That was for Lindsay. That's why, Alicia, I don't know where people got that from. Where did that even come from that those two were dating? Because it's hearsay. We don't know that they were dating. Oh, Steffi, it was sickening, honestly. It was terrible. Yeah, Melissa, I believe you 100% being how that autopsy was written. I mean, he detailed certain parts right down to, disgusting, but can't tell us the basic shit. Allison, I've thought of that too. Honestly, I have thought about that. And I think it was it Chad that said that to me? Somebody said that to me. They were like, what if this girl witnessed something and they had to, fake her death and put her in witness protection? That's why there's no information. That's why you can't find shit on her. Could be. But we don't know. That's the problem. Yeah, that hug that Lindsay was giving to Sammy, that was sick. That was like I got a bad feeling when I saw that. And not just because it was Kylie's mom, just a weird, bad feeling. Kim, you could not tell. I could not tell. You could see in that one video that there was what looked like a body in the back, but you couldn't tell that was Kiely. I couldn't. Yeah, that would also explain why nobody is talking. I mean, it's so frustrating, honestly. I done lost my coffee and all this. Hold on a second. Oh, Mara, thank you so much for the super chat. Can't chat, but I'm listening. Great live, CNY. Well, thank you. Oh, her mom's such a freak. Let me grab my coffee. And, you know, I hate to say this, but I've thought about this too. Every year, Truckee puts on a murder mystery. You know, I'm just saying. I do not have Netflix, Allie. I actually canceled Netflix when I found out that Obama bought shares in it or whatever. I mean, I want to do a live later tonight and freaking go over Lindsay's background check, Tony's background check, and all that. I think you guys would find it interesting if you haven't seen it already. Yeah, Muse News. Every year they put one on. Don't you think that is weird? I'm just saying. This is a weird group of people. Yes, Kim, we don't understand them, and I never will. I don't want to understand them. I don't know Muse News. I don't know what it was this year. I can't remember, but there's just so much shady shit in here. Yeah, we canceled Netflix when Obama freaking bought shares in it. I don't want to get into that, but hey, he's another one. He, you can fake a birth certificate. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. And we have to, and I've said this from the beginning, you have to ask yourself, okay, why would they fake the last known sighting of her? That freaking picture is not Kiely. That picture is not Kiely. So you tell me what reason, what logical common sense, okay? What logical reason would they have to fake a last known sighting of her? But that's why you have to be so skeptical on everything, Lassie, right? Because now that we're all on the hunt for this birth certificate, I'm just saying, one will appear. Why would they have to fake that picture? That is a huge thing, and people just want to look past that. That is very important, because if she was legit there, they would have put out a freaking picture of her, but they didn't. So why did they have to fake it and say that she was in this area at this time? What happened to Kiely, and when did it freaking happen? Did anything happen? If so, when did it happen? Why did it happen? And who did it happen by? And we're not going to get that, Monica. We're not going to get the exact time of death because we've gotten nothing in this case. They have given us nothing. Was she already dead? Did she come back from Mexico? Because she had supposedly just came back from Mexico. And there's no pictures of her from the time she came back to Mexico until she went missing. So why did they have to fake a picture, a last known sighting of her? Why? Why? What? Somebody give me a reason. Alicia, I agree. But that is important, you guys. And people want to just look past that. Why would they have to fake that? Because was she already gone? Was she trafficked in Mexico? Was she sold? Like, what happened? Why is Sammy coming out with this fucking bullshit story? You don't want to know what I think? They needed a reason for her to disappear, right? So what better reason than saying, oh my God, there was this huge party. A bunch of older men showed up. It got really wild and out of control. Sammy and Mags got scared. So this is a perfect story. So we can say, oh, this is where she went missing from. She was last seen at this party with all these people. She was intoxicated. She couldn't walk straight. You got Sammy going, well, my biggest fear is that somebody knew she was drunk, offered to drive her home and didn't drive her home. Yeah, you dumb bitch. So what really happened to her? What really happened to Kiely? Where is she? Why else would you have to fake a last known sighting? And you guys, they didn't even give out the address of the business. That does not happen. When somebody goes missing, they tell you, listen, this is where she was last seen, at Walmart or at, wherever. And this is the video of her. It took them a year to come out with Gabby's. A year to come out with that last sighting of Gabby and Brian. I mean, holy shit. And what did that cop say when he was like, oh, well, Homeland Security was involved, but people started raising too many questions, so they had to go. See, they don't want questions being asked. They want us to just accept what we're told and move on. Exactly, MJ. If Samantha was so scared, and do y'all remember when she did that interview and she was like, I actually got overwhelmed at this party, and that's never happened before. I'm usually underwhelmed. I just want to smack her in the mouth every time she talks. I just can't stand to listen to her. But you guys, we're all going off of this story, which I've said for how long that I think it's bullshit. I don't believe there was a party. If anything, I believe it was a setup and Kiely was killed, But again, we don't know that. That's just my opinion, but we don't know. That's the problem. Let me pull up Melissa's thing here. I mean, GOP Nick, yes, I think if this is what happened, then yes, I believe somebody got the best of her. But we don't know that. So let's just for a second, let's try something, okay? Let's forget all about the Prosser party. Let's pretend Like we didn't hear about a party. Let's pretend like that was never put out there. So let's look at what we have. We have a missing girl who was last seen August 5th at 6:08 from this supposed business, but they don't tell you what business. You can tell it's not of her. You can tell that's not her, right? In the picture. So you've got that. What else do you got? What else? Forgetting all about Sammy's story and the party. What do we have besides that last known picture of her? Nothing. Nothing. So what really happened? Did something happen to Kiely at the lodge? Was Kiely, did something happen at the lodge with, the mother, the stepfather? Could something have been there? Is she really not dead and in witness protection? Was she killed? Was she trafficked? Was she in a fight and somebody beat the shit out of her and got the best of her? There's so many things. That's the problem. What? Hold on. How do you know that? What was war? Oh, Kim, thank you so much for the super sticker. And I want to take a minute real quick and thank all of my members that made donations the other day. You guys are awesome. And, you don't even know how much our family appreciates it. Like it's, and I don't want to go off subject here, but I just want to say something on this real quick. It's people who are like, oh, people should not be making any money off of these videos. You don't make much off YouTube. Let me tell you that. And when YouTube takes money off of any of your super chats, super stickers, any of that, they always take a cut. So people wanting to be like, oh, look at, these YouTubers are banking all this money. Hell, I can barely put food on my table. I am broke as shit, and I'm doing this because I'm looking for justice for this girl. I'm looking to find the truth. That's what I'm looking for, the truth, no matter what that is. So I just wanted to say that I appreciate everybody who donated, all of my members, because, it was only put out 2 members. But if anybody else wants to either join the channel and become a member of the family, we would love that. Anybody that wants to make a donation to help our family and our channel out, you can do so in the About section on my channel. All the links are there. So did she go to Mexico and never come home? Did she, like I said, there's so many ifs here. It's insane. What happened to Kiely? When did it happen to Kiely? Did something happen to Kiely? I mean, it's still crazy. 4 months in, we're asking ourselves these questions. I know, Kim, thank you. But it's hard because some creators out there want, they're like, oh, I won't monetize my channel because I don't want to, it's not right to make money off of this and blah, blah, blah. But if you want to make donations, you can. There's no difference in that. Listen, people, this is a job. This is a job, and it takes hours and hours and hours of work. Believe it or not. So thank you. I just want to say that. I don't even know. The Muse News, I thought the same thing. Like, did she ever come home? Did Lindsay, was she trafficked and set up by Lindsay and Sammy? What the hell happened here? Oh, thank you, Goslin. Mag's parents, and let's talk about Anna Larson real quick, shall we? Who wanted to come out and make a speech talking about, oh yeah, Kylie was intoxicated at that party and she was real drunk, and yeah, the party was out of control. How in the hell do you know that when your daughter supposedly left 10 minutes after she got there? And the party didn't even get big then. Those people didn't show up until 10:30, according to the story. So how do you know, Anna? How are you out here pushing that Kylie was drunk at this party when your daughter wasn't even there? Was you there? Then why are you talking? Right? That's what I want to say to these people. I know, MJ. I don't know if some of you guys didn't see my video that I put out yesterday, but I put out a video yesterday and I said that same thing in there. Sammy maintains her recollection that Kylie called her at 12:36, even though Kylie's last phone ping was 12:33. Make that shit make sense. I mean, it's crazy. And I feel Mystical, thank you for saying that. And I feel like that is honestly what happened, because I think a lot of these big oh my gosh, Savvy Grandma, thank you so much for the super sticker. You're amazing. And you know what? I don't think and you know what's the worst part is everybody wanted to say part of the story was that Kylie and Mags were best friends, right? But I don't believe that. I don't believe Kylie had any friends, because GOP Nick, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't think that anybody was there for her. And I think that's what got me so much in this case is, listen, I had a mom who was not the greatest mom, who was never there for me, who honestly could give a shit about me. And I saw that that's what Kylie had. And not only did she have a crappy mom, but she also had not one true friend. And how sad is that? That's where I came in. I was like, this is bullshit. I'm like, there's nobody fighting for this girl. And I think that when they came out with that stupid cam video, that stupid video, when they came out with that, it got so many, it sucked so many people in. People were like, yep, accident. And I think the big true crime channels, I think they just go with whatever's popular, whatever keeps the money coming in. Obviously, I mean, my videos have gotten a lot less views. My Kylie videos get a lot less views now because so many people have moved on from it, which is fine with me. I'm not going to move on until I feel like I can, right? It's just so hard, like not knowing the truth. And such an injustice. Like whatever the truth is, eventually the truth will come out. And it's like I said in my video last night, it's going to come out on this side or the other, but it will come out. It always does. The truth will always come out eventually. But we're talking money, power, corruption, cover-ups. This is these people's every day. I mean, yeah. Isn't that insane? Claire, isn't that insane? But that's honestly what made me think, oh, Kim, I'm sorry to hear about your mother. Mine's alive somewhere out there in the world, as far as I know. Okay. And GOP Nick, that's what I was going to say is even if, okay, let's just pretend for a second, even if Sammy had nothing to do with like what actually happened to Kiely, she was, in her own words, from her own mouth, she was the last person to see her there. It was a wild, out of control party. It was scary. Kiely was drunk and this chick left her there. So even if you're just going off of that, what kind of mother would be backing Sammy, right? I'd been all over her like white on rice. I would have been all over her and she would have been nowhere near me. Let me tell you, you left my child at a party when she was intoxicated around a bunch of strange older men with drugs. Are you kidding me? Bitch, you're my number one suspect. Like, that's how I would be. That's how any normal mother would be, I feel like. But not Lindsay. Lindsay's hugging up on her, loving up on her, having her back, worrying about, oh my God, you people on YouTube, you people on social media are making these teens suffer. Yeah? What about your daughter? What about you caring about your daughter? What about you standing up for your daughter? What about who made your daughter suffer? You give a shit about that? Instead of standing, Lindsay got up there. She defended the cops. She defended the teens. The only person she never defended was her own child. Explain that to me, please. How is it you care more about these teens suffering because social media is calling them out for what they appear to be? You're more worried about that than what actually happened to your kid? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, somebody please explain this to me. And I don't even understand. I don't even understand all these other characters that want to come in with some bullshit. Exactly. I mean, the truth will eventually come out. Truth always does. It always comes out eventually. But, like I said, this side or the other, we may never get the answers we're looking for. Hold on a second, you guys. Hello. I'm almost done. Fun fact, I also have Nick's background check. Nick, the roadside guy. I also have his background check. And I think I'm going to do a live later tonight and go over all of these background checks. Kim, Nightbot is like a night robot. I mean, a night robot. He's like a bot that's just up in there trying to get rid of spammers and all of that. So people who spam, like people who put in a bunch of symbols, he will like time you out for that. Yeah, you get with that. You guys want to do that later tonight? We'll go over all the background checks that I have. Oh my gosh, Lisa. No, my dad died when I was 8. He was only 34. He died of a heart attack. And my mom, hasn't been in my life since I was 9. I mean, she's been in and out of it. She'd get out of jail. She'd come by for a day or two, and I'd see her randomly, and then that was it. But I haven't seen her since I was 16. Last time I saw her was when I went to go visit her in prison. I was 16. But again, that's life. That made me, my life made me who I am today. Hi, everybody that's just coming in. I'm actually just getting ready to wrap this one up, so you'll have to go back and rewatch it. But there was some pretty interesting stuff. So yeah, later tonight I'll do a live, and we will go over the background checks and stuff. And well, Muse News, it's okay. I mean, at least I had my grandparents. So my dad died when I was 8, and then I lived with my grandparents because my mom was, not there. And then my grandpa died when I was 12, and then my grandma died when I was 16 on Valentine's Day. But again, so I've pretty much been on my own, and I grew up real quick, but it made me who I am, and everything happens for a reason. My grandma always used to say to me, God never throws anything at you that you cannot handle. You may think you can't handle it, but he's doing it for a reason. He's doing it to prepare you for life. He's doing it to prepare you and make you who he needs you to be. So I just always believe that. Yes, everybody, please hit that thumbs up. Oh, Muse News, we love you too. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up here. But oh, Catherine, thank you so much for the super chat. Listening to another channel yesterday, going over the autopsy again. Chloroform, carbon dioxide popped out, making a few things a bit clearer for me. Oh, thank you, you guys. So yeah, so I'll come on later. I'll let you guys know because I know notifications aren't working for me. So I'll put out a post and let you guys know when I'm going live. It'll be later tonight. All right, Sugar. Oh, Sugar, I got your poem and I will read that on Sunday. We'll do the coffee and Sunday chats and I'll read that on Sunday. I just didn't want you to think I forgot about it or anything. It was very beautiful, by the way. Okay, so I will see you guys all later. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions and we might get some answers. Also, please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. It's a free way to help out the channel. And anybody who wants to join to become a member of the CNY family, I forgot to put the links in the description of this video. So if you go to my channel and you go to the about section, all the links are right there. And anybody who wants to make a donation, we would highly, highly appreciate it. Because YouTube doesn't take our donations. So they don't take any money from our donations. They go right to us. Like they do the super chats and all that. They take from all that. But we appreciate everything. All right, you guys, we love you, and we will see you later tonight. Everybody have a good day. Oh, wait, I want to.
Mom,
What, baby?
you have to say yes, okay?